Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. I'm your host, Jared Sebesta of Taatjes Financial Group, where we build purposeful retirement plans. At Taatjes Financial Group, we believe retirement planning is so much more than just preparing financially. Our goal is to help retirees and pre-retirees steward their time, talent, and treasure. We have the tools and proven process to make sure your retirement plan delivers the greatest purpose, impact, and legacy. If you need help building a purposeful retirement plan specific for your life and your retirement, give us a call. Our number is 222-4236. You can request a meeting online at taatjesfinancial.com. And if you're in the neighborhood, just stop by our office. We are located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer, building purposeful retirement plans. Well, thank you so much for listening here today. We sure do appreciate that. Well, question for you before we get started. Who out there loves to play pickleball? I got to tell you, everybody, all of my friends, they are all in the pickleball, young and old. Well, here is your chance, because coming up in 2 weeks is the second annual Lakes Area Paddle Battle Pickleball Tournament, sponsored by Taatjes Financial Group, Wilmer Parks and Rec, and Youth for Christ. It's coming up on Saturday, December 9th. It will be held indoors at the new Wilmer Civic Center indoor courts. Cost is $35, but here's the best part. All of the proceeds go directly to Youth for Christ. We're going to have 3 divisions and 3 brackets. Again, it's going to be indoors, coming up on Saturday, December 9th, the Lakes Area Paddle Battle Pickleball Tournament, Pickleball for a Cause. All proceeds go directly to Youth for Christ. We're going to have teams in there. I'm going to be there hosting it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, this is going to be a great event for a great cause. So go check that out. If you want to register, we have links on our homepage at taatjesfinancial.com. Ben Taatjes joins me on the show now, and you're not much of a pickleballer, but you've played, I've played it. It is a lot of fun, and it's no reason why a lot of people, especially retirees, love playing this game.
What do you mean I'm not a pickleballer, man? You haven't seen me play in a while. I've played a couple of times now, and my nephews and my nieces and my daughters have gotten into it, so it's fun. What I love about that game is it does allow really different athletic abilities to get involved and to be able to play different ages, as we talked about. And that's what we love about it. For a lot of our clients, coming into retirement, it's an active sport, but yet one that if you're a grandpa, you can go and take your grandchild out. In fact, case in point, my dad was watching my brothers and I play here. It was a few months back, and he was kind of watching, and he's like, I might want to get in on that. And I knew my dad had been playing a little bit of pickleball. But he gets in there, and we're all in our early 40s or late 30s, and I'm like, Dad, this guy's twice our age, and he's in there mixing it up, and I think he was better than any of us. So right. I love watching just people play, and then all of a sudden they figure it out, and it's not a super intense game in that there's conversations, and it's I just hope that this event coming up gets full. We get a lot of teams in it. We're already seeing people register, but there's room right now. And last year was fun, the inaugural, and this year, second year in a row, a lot of money hopefully going to get raised for Youth for Christ. And hopefully we just fill it up.
We're big fans of Youth for Christ. They do some amazing work. And also the director over there, Sean Levesque, huge pickleball fan. So we figured this was a great conglomeration of a lot of different entities and a lot of people who are in to pickleball. So again, go check it out. Register at taatjesfinancial.com. All right, Ben, we got kind of a short week coming up. Thanksgiving this week, winter coming, Christmas coming, the holidays. We wanted to talk today specifically maybe about gratitude. Not maybe. We're going to talk about gratitude and how that comes into play in our lives and even our financial lives.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I heard somebody the other day say something like, hey, just be preparing for this week of Thanksgiving. And he says it's Thanksgiving, but it's living with this heart of, being thankful. And I think that's something that, as I look at my life and I look at what I've been able to learn from, 20 years or more, meeting with really successful people, Jared, people that many of them have this idea figured out, this idea of contentment, this idea of, yes, I can be successful and I can have a drive, but I can also live in a spot of contentment. And something that I've noticed about them, first of all, is that they're full of gratitude, right? Gratitude, not just around Thanksgiving, but their entire lives. They look at what they have as something that they're stewarding. Getting back to really our calling here as a firm is we're helping people steward their time, talent, and treasure. And so many times when I have our clients really prioritize what's most important to them, of the time, talent, treasure, it's almost always treasure is the least important, but yet it's still there. It's still something that we're called to steward. And even it's almost like as if they, as they hold their wealth more loosely, Jared, it doesn't control them. And that's a key thing. And part of holding it loosely is having a heart of gratitude. Gratitude's really the antidote to consumerism. It's the antidote to living in really a place of discontentment. So, I love this time of year, but what I really want is people to live with this kind of year, this time of year, that feeling of Thanksgiving throughout their entire year.
I just got done reading one of my favorite books in a long time. It's called Be Your Future Self by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. He talks about this concept of gratitude. He says in that book, and I'm paraphrasing, he says, when you have a heart of gratitude, you're setting basically the atmosphere to receive. If you want to posture your life to receive blessing, and again, we're not talking, always just, financial blessing, but to posture yourself and your attitude in gratitude really sets the stage for you to have a very happy life in a lot of ways, but also just to be in the act of receiving. And you kind of see this where people who have that grumbly mentality typically just don't. Either they don't get the blessing or they don't even see the blessing when it actually comes. I
think many times we don't see it, right? It's like, oh man, it's not that we're deserving of it, but it's like, well, yeah, good things have been happening to me, and I'm just kind of, you just kind of expect that. I think people need to stop right now and just think, okay, compared to where you were a year ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, where are you at? Yeah. Is your life better or worse? And I love doing that with clients, just to really look at how good we have it here. Look around the world right now. I mean, we've got wars in two different areas, really well-known wars going on in two different areas of the world. We've got just so many things, so many hard things, and we live in America, and we live in a place where we have freedom to enjoy this week, to be thankful, to be thanking our God, to go to church, to be able to say thank you, Lord, for what you've given me. It's not like that everywhere. So we have to be very thankful, and our heart being thankful, like you said, allows you really, potentially it does allow you to be open to the receiving. I mean, one thing about stewardship, Jared, and they holding on loosely, what I never want people to see is like I'm holding on to it loosely, but I'm also pushing it away. Sometimes the most successful people are almost, they almost have a hard time with just the abundance. It's like, wow, things keep growing. Well, that doesn't mean you push it away. That means you just hold it loosely. You steward whatever those assets are, and realizing that you are watching over them for, my belief is for God. It's His ultimately.
Yeah, I love these concepts. What's something specific that this concept has to do with maybe even people's portfolios?
Well, think about it like this, Jared. I mean, if you're going to be in a spot of really appreciating what you have, a key component, this goes back to the author you quoted earlier, this Benjamin Hardy idea of gap and gain. So think about it like this. If you can measure backwards and say, not necessarily that I don't have what my neighbor has, or that I don't have what, my ultimate goal someday today, measure your success so far. Say, okay, where was I a year ago? Am I further along on my journey? That's really measuring really your gain, versus the other way he puts it is measuring how short I am of the ultimate goal. And that's just a quick thought about when you're looking at a portfolio, you're looking at your own financial situation, a way that you can really flip your mindset, which is so important. So if you're listening to this right now and you're in that spot of, man, I know I'm blessed. I know I should be thankful. Maybe it's a mindset shift, maybe part of our work, and we'd love to meet with you and talk about how we can really flip that switch to really a posture of gratitude, a posture of realizing that what I've gained, not what I don't have.
Sounds good, Ben. Well, if you need to begin a purposeful retirement plan specific for your life and your retirement, now is the time to give us a call. Our number is 222-4236. Request a meeting online at taatjesfinancial.com. And like I said, if you're in the neighborhood, just stop by our office. We are located on 19th Avenue Southwest in Wilmer, building purposeful retirement plans. I'm Jared Sebesta, joining you in this episode of Time, Talent, Treasure Radio. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Securities offered through Avantax Investment Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Avantax Advisory Services. Insurance services offered through an Avantax affiliated insurance agency.